two of you, and I know one of you. Right on, right on. What we're going to do today is reload some 38 specials. 5, 10, 15. This will be 20. I have 30 primers, and I'm going to the range soon, and I want to shoot a 38, so I got to make some 38s. I have more primers than just whatever it is. Um, I got plenty of primers, but I have 30 in this box. That's all I'm gonna do. Because I don't need that 5, 10, 15, 20. So yeah, it's been a minute since I've been on here. I see there's 3 of you now. I figured more and more people will show up as time goes on. It might get boring. I'm not really sure. But this is my reloading setup here. Got some RMR bullets. Heck yeah, Rocky Mountain Reloading. Got some beautiful, look at these things are brass. They are Full Metal Jacket, but they're brass jacketed. It's super weird. I've never seen it before. Because usually they're copper jacketed. Here's a difference. You can see the difference in color. I don't know if you can or not. It's kind of blurry, but yeah, copper versus brass. It's kind of neat. Makes for a cool looking bullet. So this probably won't take too long. I'm guessing maybe 45 minutes. So if you get bored, you ain't gonna hurt my feelings. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, we got 30 to go here. I got so many 38s, man. I got so much stuff. If I showed it all to you, I'd be in trouble. You can see my awesome Mario Brother pajamas. Maybe I'll raise it up a little bit. It might. I think it likes to sink down. There we go. Right on, right on. So, this is done. This is a neat contraption right here. This is the Lee cast iron reloading tool, reloading press. This thing is basically a Mack truck with power steering. No joke. So, I'm going to reload some 38 specials at around the higher end of the velocity table, which we're looking at here in the Lee reloading book, which is right here. I'm thinking about 4.6 grains of Winchester 231. That would be pretty cool. I guess we can get started. Alright, so I already screwed up. It's been a minute since I did this. And by a minute, I mean it. I literally did it yesterday. I made some bullets for my mama. I made what they call mouse farts. And I knew I'd drop that damn thing, of course. But I have my handy dandy broom here. So, what are mouse farts? I'll tell you what a mouse fart is. When you pull the trigger on a gun, you know, the gun goes boom, bang, right? So, a mouse fart, well, can you imagine how quiet a mouse farting would be? Mouse fart, right. So I made some mouse farts for my mom. And so that's what I call them anyway. I don't know, I've heard it somewhere. So basically, she's recoil sensitive. So I pretty much looked at the bare minimum on loading data. And these are my 30 primers. Look at these. These things are gold right now, okay? So anyway, here my auto prime. So anyway, I loaded some ammo for her that is basically will have no kick. She should, I'll do this in camera so you have something to watch. There we go. See, they automatically all stick themselves up. Anvils up, I think they call it. Pretty cool contraption. I like it. So, yeah, I basically got her set her up with that so that she can shoot a 38 Derringer. It's a little Bond Arms. This thing keeps sinking. I'm gonna have to do something about that. All right, maybe this will be good. All righty. So yeah, it's a little Bond Arms gun. Little Bond Arms, little 38. Well, actually, it's a 357, but shooting 357 through that thing is probably like holding firecrackers in your bare hand. You know, probably uncomfortable as hell. So making these little mouth farts, and it'll put a hole in paper. I don't know if it'll put a hole in a person, but it'll leave the gun and hit the paper. So, all right, first step is to, if you never watched reloading, it's like watching paint dry unless you're doing it. So you're in for a treat, boys and girls. Prepare to be bored out of your ass. But I haven't bought a. Oh yeah, this is the Slip Joint Guy channel. I forgot. So yeah, I haven't bought a freaking knife for like since the last video. No shit, no joke. I'm just busy, and I left my. I had a shitty job. I'm not gonna tell you where I worked, but it's like Angry Monkey Games. Angry Monkey Games. Hello, Angry Monkey. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like. So anyway, yeah. So I had a job, and it was a really good job, and I left it for another job, which it wasn't bad. It's just COVID came, and boom, I was without a job. So, um, actually, I'm being nice. The job was shit, but anyway, um, I left. Well, I didn't leave. I got laid off, and I then went to this other place. Like I said, I'm not going to name where I worked, but I went to this other place after freaking months of unemployment, which is fine. I mean, nobody was fucking hiring anyway. So, sitting on my ass, getting fat, not doing anything, and nobody was buying knives. So, I ended that. You know, the website's down and everything. Domain's free. Go buy it if you want to. So, anyway, I got a job. Paid really nice. I ain't gonna lie, it paid really good. But I started working with this super prick, man. So this is real quick. This is the depriming and resizing die that will basically push out the primer and resize the case just to make sure it's good to go. At the same time, I will be adding a primer to it. Probably be more interested in it if I was able to zoom in or something. Let's see if I can walk this over a little closer. So anyway, I got this job, and it started out kind of okay, to be completely honest with y'all. It was like promising. It paid hella money, like a shit ton of money, and so I basically, boom, primer's out. So then I pretty much worked with it. Like the first week was cool, but this woman looked like fucking Skeletor, all right, and she was weird as hell. But I didn't really think much of it. I was like, whatever. When I was hired on, they kind of told me like, this is only gonna be temporary. And I'm like, all right, cool. The shop was going to be temporary, not the job. And so I did I do, yeah, see, and it puts a new primer in it. Pretty cool, a fresh primer. So like I said, woman was Skeletor, and everybody else working there just looked miserable. Like this one dude had fucking tattoos on his face and shit. And whoops, I'm cussing too much. I need to stop that. And he had tattoos on his face. I think he suffered. I'm not joking. I'm not making fun of the guy. He suffered brain damage apparently from some sort of accident. I heard a couple stories. One was like drugs. One was a motorcycle accident. And who knows? But either way, he was damaged goods. And he basically the coolest guy there was him, by the way. Anyway, the other guy was a Satan worshiper, which was fucking annoying as hell. And I'm not joking like, he worships Satan, he listens to heavy metal, or, you know, something like that. No, I mean like this dude legitimately had a he legitimately had to attend these online satanic basically online satanic church. It was nuts. Like the dude like followed that LaVey guy or whoever that is, the devil dude, you know, the guy invented the satanic church. So anyway, this I'm like asking him questions because I'm intrigued by this idiot, and he's like telling me all this wild shit, and I'm just like, yeah, this place is weird. Anyway, what really set me off was this: the boss talked to everybody like, yeah, Antoine LaVey, that's the guy right there. You're on your game right there. Yeah, the dude followed that guy, had the Satanic Bible and everything. So, I um, I basically I worked with this dude, and the boss there, the shop owner, he was like super like I know everything in the world, and this company would go out of business if it wasn't for me. And I saved it, and I shit you not, he said this. I saved the company $2 or $3 million or some stupid number by making the company switch from color to black ink only. And it's like, no, you didn't. You're full of shit. Like this company exists before you. It will exist after you. You are an idiot. Anyway, the dude was. This is an auto shop, by the way, and this idiot had a fucking DUI, yellow plates, had to breathe in his car to get the damn thing to start. Like, yeah, buddy, you're a real winner. Let me tell you, I'm surprised they let you manage. When I went to school for automotive, if you had a record like that, good luck getting a job. But see, the problem is one, COVID, so they're desperate. Two, the automotive industry is such a shithole place to be that nobody wants to do it for a living. Period. So their hands are tied, and they take all the shitheads that they can get. And he was the king of all the shitheads. And so anyway, I just kept my mouth shut with the guy, which is kind of the problem. I was like, I'm only going to be here for a week. I'm just going to deal with this dumbass for a week, and then I'm out. You know, a week turned into two, two turned into four, and before I know it, I was like there for almost, I think, like almost 2 months or something, and I'm losing my shit. So I'm like, I need to find a job. So I started putting in job applications and stuff. And basically, I got into it with this guy because the place I work, they have had like a stupid ass phone script. And when somebody calls the shop, you had to answer it like, "Hi, my name is blah blah blah. I really give a shit about your dumbass life, and I want to blah blah blah." And it was so annoying, and you had to follow it to the T. Well, this guy would like sit behind you and hound you, making sure that you said that verbatim. Like if you screwed up, he was there and he was poking your finger, or he was like whispering behind your back, and all you wanted to do the whole time was just punch this dude in his face, right? His alcoholic, uncontrollable drinking habit face. So I had enough of his shit because there's a lot of things he did that was just absolutely idiotic. I'm surprised he's a shop manager. I was a manager too, but I was like in training, right? So um, I was really surprised he was a manager because he's a jackass. And one day I had about enough of his shit. We were doing some warranty stuff. Turns out the company I work for can't do warranty stuff at all, period. But this idiot thought we could because I thought we could too. But this was the difference. The way he thought we could do it and reality was two different things. And I was used to the previous shop I worked at, which was a real shop. It wasn't a make believe full service shop like the place I was working at. So they thought like, hey, we're going to get paid before we release the car. And I'm like, that's not how it works. You have to actually have the work done, have the guy sign it, and release the car to him. He pays his deductible, and then you send the bill to the insurance company. Like Car Shield, for example, is one of them. Scam. Don't buy it. But anyway, that's just an example that everybody's heard of because they have commercials. So he gets pissed because he's like, "How's this work?" And I explain it to him. He keeps asking all these questions. So I'm like, this guy really don't know what he's doing when it comes to this stuff, which I don't think anybody in that company did because nobody did work like that. And so I told him how we get paid. He blows his top. He's like, "That's not how it fucking works." Blah blah blah. He starts yelling at me in front of like we're in the lobby, right? And I'm just like, you know what, dude? Fuck you. And I need to plug in my power cable so I got energy to finish this live thing. There we go. So So anyway, he starts going off on me, and I'm like, you know what, dude? You're on your own. Figure it out. And so he keeps coming out trying to ask me questions on how to finish this transaction. I'm just like, figure it out, dummy. You know what you're doing. You've been doing it for 20 years because that was part of his rant. I did it for 20 fucking years, you idiot. Blah blah blah. I'm just like, no, you haven't, because you don't even know what you're doing. You keep asking me questions. I'm just like, whatever. So I'm avoiding the guy because he's made me mad. I'm sitting in the back. Phone rings, customer. No shit, I pull out the script, okay? I start following this jackass script, which is micromanaging at its absolute finest. And I'm following it, honestly, the best I can. And he comes out and he starts, he's behind me, and I'm just like, what the hell, man? Like, so anyway, I get to this part where I don't know what tire size this lady has. And I'm like, if I ask, this is another thing about him. No matter which, if you're at the road, at a fork of road, whichever way you go is the wrong way. So I'm at the point where I'm like, I can either ask her what size her tire is, if she knows, or the model of her car. And I forget which one I picked, but of course it wouldn't have mattered. He would have yelled at me either way. So I picked one. He starts yelling at me, like whispering, like, "We're not supposed to ask that. You gotta blah blah blah." I blew a fuse, and I'm like, done. I hand him the phone. I said, "Here, dude, you want to do my job so bad? Finish this call." And it blows his mind because nobody stood up to his jackassery, and he's like, "Just go home." I'm like, "Cool." So I go home. I call the big wig manager, because it's like a chain franchise. Well, it's not a franchise, but it's a chain. And dude's really cool. The district manager was a really cool guy. I really really respected him. He pretty much apologized for putting me in that store with that piece of shit, and he knew that he was a piece of shit. And he was like, "How about you go to a store that's nice with a manager that is not a piece of shit?" And I'm like, "Cool." So I worked there for a month. Of course, I'm making not really good money. I'm just this thing just keeps on sinking, don't it? I'm just, it's bonus based pay. So, like, I'll be making money, except I have to get a bonus, which kind of sucks because bonuses are taxed at 30%. And that's the bulk of my money. So, anyway, I show up, I start working. Boss is awesome, mechanics are awesome, everybody's awesome. It's a great store. Really cool people, respectable, talk to you like you're a grown ass human instead of like belittling you and all that. And really, really respect the guy. So I was like, I'm gonna try to make it work here because I was gonna quit. So I worked there for I don't know a few weeks and got my bonus check, and I'm like, this bonus check is shit. Like, they told me I'm just going to make X amount of money a year, and this bonus check does not equal that. But I thought, you know what? Because I said something to the manager, and he's like, well, you got to get your spiffs up and your sales and all this. And I'm like, cool. So I busted my ass for 44. No, it's 38 specialty, man. You're a little bit late. It's 38 specials. We're not making mouse farts, but we're making the full powered load. We're looking at 800 feet per second here. So anyway, this guy, he's like, stick it out, learn how to do this, and then boom, you'll get you a big old bonus check, and then you'll love it. So I worked a whole month and stayed it was like a month and so many weeks. In that time, they were going to transfer me to a higher volume store, which would have been more money, but the manager there was friends with the previous manager that I had at the shithole store. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want to work with this guy because I found on my online thing, because I'm a manager, I can see the comments they wrote about me. Like, they screwed up and like wrote the comment incorrectly onto a section of my, I guess, like, work history that I could actually see. Like, these idiots don't even know how to use the computer program. So I seen that and I'm like, yeah, fuck this guy. I'm not gonna. He talking shit about me, because basically I pissed off his buddy. So I'm not gonna work for him. So I told the manager that I was working with, like, yeah, I'm not going to go to that store because look, this is why. He reads it and he's like, wow, what an asshole. I'm like, exactly. That's why I'm not going there. I'll quit if I have to. And so he tells the DM. DM talks to me. He's like, "Well, how about you stay at this store, but we'd have to demote you. But it's not a big deal because you won't lose a lot of money. You'll just lose this and a little bit of this." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So I waited like a few weeks after that conversation to see how much money I would actually be losing. And just so happens that the whole time that I was that's what they call a service manager, they made kind of sure that the changes would be made before I got that bonus check, which in my opinion wasn't fair because I should have earned what I would, It's kind of like, how would you say it? It's kind of like docking you in a way, like, hey, that month I was this position, I should get paid this, but now you're paying me this because next month I'm going to be demoted slightly. And it's just a slight demotion, too. So, in that store, it actually wasn't a demotion because our service manager was this ADD filled idiot who didn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. But anyway, and he was new. Like I can't like talk too much shit about the guy. He was just new. Um, he worked at a different company and he got bad habits. But so I forget what the numbers were, but basically I lost hundreds of dollars, and I'm just like, this is a little difference, huh? My ass. So just so happens, a buddy of mine told me that his job was hiring, and I said, shit, I'll put an application in. Well, they called me about a week or two later and told me, hey, you can have that job if you pass this PP test, and I said, okay. And I've never failed a PP test. Keep having to lift this up, man. So, never failed one of those. So, I was like, yeah, cool, I'm getting out of this place because it ain't worth the money. When I did the math, basically, I lost $600 a month by changing jobs, and that was worth it because being a manager in that shop was just stressful. Like, not in a good way. It was just bullshit, really. So, I went from that place, and I told the new I mean, honestly, the managers and stuff were pretty cool. I didn't want to waste their time. Like, there's no point in training me any further when I'm just going to leave. So I just left, which I don't ever do. But this place kind of fucked me in a couple positions I didn't really care for. So the moment that I got confirmation of that job, I was out. So, hey, and this new job's pretty cool. It has some moments of aggravation, but you know what? It's chill. It's air conditioning. It's a desk job. It's medical, which in our current environment, it's not going to go away. So, I've never been in the medical field before. I've been doing automotive and warehouse and all kinds of basically labor jobs. Uh, so it's kind of nice to do something, I guess, white collar. Um, so that's kind of where I've been, and some other shit happened too. But my finger works. I got a nice gnarly scar, but it works. That's about as far as I can bend the damn thing. As you can see with this finger, I can go all the way. But what the fuck. Yeah, it's been a pretty shitty couple months leading up to now. I mean, it's still shitty, but hey, that's life, right? So, at this stage of the process, I'm going to. Oh, yeah, T Man's fixing his bike next week. That's good, T Man. I got a bike too. I sold a bike, and then I bought another bike. And this thing keeps on sinking. How do I keep this from sinking, guys? Do you guys know? So, is that still from that knife you were sharpening? Are you talking about the cut on my hand? Probably not. The cut in my hand was caused by me trying to cut a zip tie like a jackass. Let's see if I can. Sorry for the shakiness, guys. This is live. It's almost Saturday night live, but it's Friday night special. If this piece of shit keeps moving, all right. So anyway, all right, guys. So really sorry for that. Hope you guys can see all this. So yeah, basically, it's been rough. COVID's some bullshit. It really screwed up society. Obviously, people fucking dying. Um, and then you got the lockdowns, which screwing everything up, and then the masks, which I honestly don't think work. I mean, the M95s, they work, but the damn things, the blue ones, I mean, it literally says on the box, doesn't stop COVID. I mean, it's kind of like virtue signaling, really. But that's a whole different discussion. But anyway, I haven't made a video because I haven't bought any damn knives. And, you know, I figured tonight I'm bored out of my mind. And I'm going to go to the range next week with my mom. So I figured, hey, might as well make some rounds for myself. And I'm going to shoot me a revolver. So I figured, you know what? I was going to go live and I was like going to make another channel, but I thought, dude, I got like 1,700 subscribers here. I kind of hate to waste the channel, to be honest, even though I'm the slip joint guy and we're doing reloading tonight. It's kind of not related, you know? And I'm sure there's a lot of like people who are anti-gun that probably watch my content because regarding firearms, it's pretty much a right-wing thing, and regarding knives, I noticed that it's sort of split. So I hope you guys aren't offended that are anti-gun, but fuck you. So anyway, we gotta get some powder. And today's recipe is going to be HP 38. Is that a mirror image to you guys? Are there any models from Case that don't have quality control issues? No, Case is shit, and I quit selling them because of their lack of quality control. And not only was their quality control junk, but when I called to talk about that, they they cared. Like they spent an hour on the phone with me. But you can go back and look what we talked about. It hasn't changed. It's just here's the thing with Case. Case is not what Case used to be in the 1970s. And you're not going to get a 1970s Case. And you know, sometimes you'll get a decent, it's not mirrored, we can read it sweet cuz it looks mirrored to me. But cool, it's HP 38. So, what was I saying? The Case quality is it's not what it used to be. They're mass produced. Hell, they make more knives in one day than GEC does in an entire year, probably. And I'm not exaggerating, I'm being serious. You're not going to get that kind of quality that they used to have out of production numbers that high. You got to remember, like, remember Queen? They were GEC before GEC, and I'm talking about quality wise in comparison. They picked the route of quantity, which means they lose the quality. Case is no different. They're picking quantity. They have a world market. They're pumping knives out. So is it really bad to say they're shit knives? No, because guess what they do? They cut, and that's what their job's to do. And they're polished and they look pretty nice. And honestly, for the money, um, I don't know what the prices are now. I haven't looked at them, but they they're you can't buy a modern case knife and expect something that is on that level because they can't. It don't make sense, you know. Um, I would go with GEC, but just so hard to find. You're right about that. I haven't bought a GEC in forever. Um, Seriously, I haven't. And so Case is a good knife, but they're not collectible in my opinion anymore. They're not what people like us demand out of a pocket knife because we are picky as hell. And maybe you'd like to see this, I guess. Something to look at, right? Besides half the wall. So this is a powder measure, okay? And this is HP 38. And you dump it in here like, yeah. And see, powder measure's happy. That's probably all we need. Actually, I guarantee you that's more than what we need. So, I haven't bought any knives, guys. And like I said, this is completely unrelated to the channel for the most part. But, you know, it's still content. And there's a lot of you on here. So, like I said, I kind of really hate to waste the channel. It'd be nice to, there we go, utilize the channel. And hopefully you guys like the content. So this die, it actually expands the case so that it will take a bullet. Here's an example, right? You see this. See how that it just kind of won't slip in? It just sits on top of the case. It's probably blurry, but so after you do this, pull it back down, it bells out the case mouth where it now holds the shell, which means it can squeeze into the cartridge a lot easier. So, and then at this point, I also like to add the powder, which means I'm going to be doing a lot of this and this and this. All right, so I got to adjust this as well. We're going for what the manual says here. We're going for 4.6 grains. We can go a little higher than that because the gun I'm shooting it out of is a 357. So I can run a little higher plus P-type loads. So 4.5. Let's see, is that where I'm at? 4.6. No, we got to go up higher. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on in the knife world. I really don't. I really have no idea. Hope it's good. That's 4.9, 4.8. That's technically a plus P round. That'd be kind of nice, to be honest. Make it worth it, right? Let's try it again. Make sure that we are. I'm actually. Yeah. See, I pull the lever up. I tap it a few times, and it poops the powder into the pan. So. Let's see. We are looking at 4.9. We are at 4.6. That's so weird. This powder measure sometimes is just completely all over the place. That or my scales all over the place. One of the two. 4.5. Alright, so I don't know, guys. Anyway, it's a live video. Live videos are fun to make because, you know, you kind of just do whatever you want to do during them. How many of y'all took the shot? Or do they call it the jab? They probably call it the jab or something like that on YouTube. I know my dad got it, my mom got it, zero problems. Where I work, I'm pretty sure literally everybody has it, zero problems, as far as I know. The guy I work with don't have it, and I don't have it. I mean, they keep changing their story every other week, so I'm kind of paranoid about it. Because to be honest, I had an experience years ago when I was younger, taking some new medicine that ended up giving me a health issue that I've been dealing with ever since, and that was 13 years ago. So it makes me shit my pants for no reason. I'm just kidding. that'd be the worst thing, wouldn't it? Man, you're just walking like, I gotta go to the bus today. Oh well, I'm going home. That sucks. That would be horrible. And I bet you that condition actually really exists somewhere. 4.8, 4.9. All right, we're gonna start throwing this stuff in here. If it's a little hot, so what? It's a 357, right? So anyway, I take this and I dip it. I could probably do it like that. You kind of see both worlds. So, and then I put the thing back here, and we have it loaded. Well, it's not loaded, but it has powder in it, which is, you can't see that. I can. Do that 30 times. So, yeah. There's 8 of you watching. 8 of you. Like and subscribe. And share with your friends if you have any like-minded friends that enjoys this kind of content. I might start just making live videos or something like that. Like I said, there's a lot of you cool people that followed my channel, and it kind of, I don't want to just leave it alone because, you know, there's a lot of you, and you guys are fans. A lot of you were customers too. I get these comments, you know, they're random. They probably haven't followed all of the channel since the beginning, and they'll say, like, you know, regarding those case knives, for example, people, like, you know, they're really defensive about their favorite knife company. I understand. I mean, I like Fords. You know what I mean? So they get all defensive. They're like, Case is a great company. Blah, blah, blah. This is your problem. And if you, and this is the part that I've seen it a few times. I'm just like, man, if you knew, they're like, if you wouldn't buy them from eBay, then you would get a good one and you would understand the actual quality of it. And it's just like, bro, I literally bought them from a distributor that gets them directly from Case that everybody on eBay sells. Because if you guys remember, I started off on eBay, selling on eBay, not buying from eBay. I bought from the distributor. Otherwise, you couldn't make any money. You didn't make much money anyway. I'll be honest with you; those knives have very low markup. They really do. I don't know. I know what the markup is on GECs because I've talked to the people there, and even that's pretty low. But now I notice prices are going up on GEC knives, so they're probably a little bit more profitable unless their prices went up as well, which I don't know. I don't know. COVID happened, you know. So, um, so yeah, they always say like, well, if you were to buy them from a good place or blah blah blah. It's like, man, I bought, or I get this one too. I bought 15 knives this year and didn't want jab but had to for work. That sucks. I mean, how'd you feel? Did you feel good after that? Like, did you have any problems or are you good? That's what I want to know. Because everybody I know that has taken it is fine. I'll be completely honest. I've heard the horror stories, you know, but I haven't actually met anybody with a horror story. Except for my arm was sore and I had like a little ugh feeling. I got it to travel and didn't get sick, but I can see why people are reluctant to get it. Indeed, I'm reluctant to get it just because the fucking government, they always lie. They do. I mean, shit. Where's those weapons of mass destruction we were looking for? That was a Republican. The Democrats lie. I don't even have to go into detail on that. I mean, right? My arm hurt, got a painful lump. Yeah. They always do lie, indeed. Both parties do. All right? So, anyway. Um, forgot where I was going with what we were talking about. Something to do with Case, I think. Whatever. So, I swear, these cases, I don't know where I find them at, but they got these ridges on here. And every time I see one, I'm like, is this a 357 Magnum case? Because, 38s and 357s are like cousins. They're just slightly longer. And I don't want to mix them up because it sucks it sucks if I go to tumble these to clean them and I have to weed out the 38s from the 357s. They're very minuscule difference. And yeah. Let's see. Work offered $3,000 to anyone who gets it if 80%, if 85% get it. That's a good deal. I'm not going to lie because let me tell you what I would do. If I were on the fence of getting the COVID shot, I'd get it in hopes to get the $3,000. Option number two, if I refuse to get it completely, after that it's mandatory, which is bullshit. I don't agree with anything being mandatory. Um, I mean, this is America, right? But option two would be go online, print out the stupid little card that I've seen them, get a Sharpie and fill out all the information, and then boom, you've just been vaccinated, as far as they know anyway. And then get your $3,000. That's what I would do. Why not? That's if you're dead set against having it, which I'm not dead set against having it. I'm dead set against getting it while, in my opinion, it's still kind of experimental. Can't prevent all the others from getting paid. Can't prevent all the others from getting paid. Can't prevent. Or you're saying can't, it would prevent all the others from getting paid. Not if they don't know it's not real. That's that's what I'm saying. But I haven't got it yet. I haven't gotten sick, thank God. Praise Jesus, for real. Um, I don't want it. I don't want it. I mean, it's killing people. If we don't get 85%, yeah. See, that's what I would just start telling everybody. Like, listen, man, just print this card print it on card stock on your computer. You can go online and find the damn, the little square, and then fill it out, copy it with your information. You can go online and find that too, and then get 85% people to do that. Get $3,000. That's a hell of a bonus, man. So that's what I would do. Fired if you lie. That's only if you find out. I mean, how would they really find out? I don't think they could really dig into it that much because of your HIPAA laws. You know, I could be wrong. I'm not really smart on that. I didn't go to college to be a doctor or a clinical, you know. See, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about here. So I know how to reload. So that's what. Let's just do that. So, but anyway, yeah, just it's crazy world. It's crazy world. I just don't feel comfortable taking it. I hope I don't get the damn virus because I do believe it's real and I do believe it's killing people. I also know that it's killing older people, and I'm sort of at risk because I may be young, you know, uh, but I'm a fat ass. So like I heard fatties, it hurts them. You know, like I heard it's harder for fat people to. Um, I mean, I'm not. I guess maybe I am like legally obese. I don't really know. I weigh like 280 pounds, so I'm a fat ass. So people like me who get it apparently will have can have complications with. It's a big deal, you know. So, but I hope all of you guys are safe. Actually, I wish the damn virus would just go away, but I have a feeling it's not because we got that. What is it called? That Delta variant. We have all that other stuff. Oh wow. He said he got papers like a Jewish star. When is your papers, please? Right? Oh my God! Can you believe this is what society has come to? It's so weird, man. It is. It's just so weird. That's kind of the other reason why I'm just kind of like, you know what? Literally, guys, I hate to get super religious with you guys, but look, like, I don't believe in the prosperity gospel or anything like that, but I believe in God, and I'm kind of like, you know what? I pray to God I don't get it. I pray to God everybody I know and love don't get it. But if I get it, God will either save me or He won't. And you know, to be absent of this life is to be present with the Lord. So I mean, what's the now? I'm sure I'd probably think differently if I had children. I don't. And if I have children, it'd be a different story, or anything in life, But that's just kind of how I believe about it. Honestly, I just hope I don't get it, and if I do, just pray, you know. But it sucks. And the prices of reloading components are through the roof. I mean, honestly, let me. I seen on the internet that a box of reloading primers um, costs $75. So that's right. Everybody does have a date. You can't prevent death. It's going to happen. This for sure. But I've seen things here. $75 for a pack of reloading primers, and I swear to you, I think I paid $32 for the box. That's per 1,000. I mean, that's more than double the price. If somebody was smart, they could legitimately have bought like a skid of primers and then sell them on Gunbroker and literally freaking buy a new car at the prices that they are today. Like if you could see the future, which nobody can, but boy, if you could make a killing off the stuff. I'm glad I got what I could. $78 at Cabela's, man. I thought it was just want the shot. I would look into vitamin D and zinc. I actually have been taking that daily. And I noticed that my headaches kind of went away when I started taking that zinc, vitamin D, and I drink that vitamin water, which has vitamin C in it, um, which is made by Coca Cola. So who knows if that's actually good for me or not. But yeah. So, and I'm getting my dose of lead right here. So, but yeah, that's so crazy expensive. I really refuse to pay that money. Like honestly, if I run out of reloaded component, I point up here because I keep them in a like a like a shelf, like a I don't know what they call it, a cabinet. Okay, um, if I run out and these damn things are still 75, $78, I kid you not, I'm just going to like not reload because I don't shoot that much. And hell, for those prices, I'm pretty sure that's equal to probably manufactured ammo. And if it is, because I bought my mom a box of 38s for, I think it was 20, $22 at the local gun shop I was at. You know, I haven't done the math, but I'm pretty sure at 7 cents a primer plus the powder, whatever those inflated to, and the bullets. I got plenty of that. I don't know if it's going to be cheaper or not, but gosh, I just can't believe the prices have gone through the roof of everything, just like cars. You know, at the beginning of COVID, I looked at a Mazda 6. It was 10 grand, and I walked away from it because it had like a little bit more rough. It was rougher than I thought it would be. And the guy was like, you know, I'll lower the price. And I was like, well, I'll tell you what, if you lower it to this much money, I'll buy it. He wouldn't do it because it's always on their terms, you know. Anyway, I walked. And it's funny because that same exact car with the same exact mileage on it, that literally was like $10,000 and stuff, was now they're going for like 15, 16,000. Gotta love Biden's America, right? I'm not going to lie to you, though. I'm not going to lie to you. Somebody says potato. Okay. Not going to lie to you, though. I think this inflation stuff has a little bit of the bailouts to do with it. The bailouts were kind of Trump's thing, so I'm not blaming Trump. I voted for the guy. I like the guy, for the most part. But I'm not going to sit there and say that, you know, he's perfect, because I kind of feel some of it's on his watch too. Just, I agree. I agree with you. Have to. I mean, look what I'm doing. They want to take this away from me. Well, not me. All of everybody. They don't like that freedom shit, you know. But let's see, what was I talking? Oh, yeah, the price of cars, man. So check this out. My girlfriend bought. Nice thing about Biden's America is, since the media likes him, we don't hear about all the awful things he's doing. We can live in an ignorant is bliss society. You're right. That is true. I noticed that. But yeah, she bought a car for like 12 grand. She went through an intersection. This guy pulled out in front of her and totaled the car, and it was totaled. So she called the insurance company. Insurance wanted to give her like 10 grand. Long story short, the reason why they didn't want to give her a lot of money for it is because it had what they thought was previous damage. But listen, guys, always, I ought to make a video about this by itself just to warn people in the future. Always take photographs of your car wreck. Always take a 360 view. Always take video. We all got these damn smartphones, there's no excuse why we can't do something like that. So I did that, and I'll be damned, somewhere between them towing it to the first lot and them towing it to the place where they actually appraise it, you know, somebody put a giant fucking dent in the damn door. So I was able to prove that it wasn't like that at both locations, at the scene of the wreck and at the yard where we took all the stuff out of it, because I took both pictures then. And so then they come back and they're like, well, we'll give you $12,000, which is almost what she paid for the car. But here's the problem. At this time, cars for that same exact car was going for like 13, 14, 15, all the way up to 17 now. So we were like, no, you need to give us enough money to buy another car. It took a little bit of fighting with the insurance company, but she actually got more money back than what she paid, which is, so that's the thing. The first number they tell you during an insurance claim, never accept it. You can get more money. For real, and I'm not joking. Just bitch and bitch until they give it to you. I'm not kidding, because that's what we did, and we're talking like $4,000 or $5,000 more than what they initially came at us with. I mean, they did originally thought it was wrecked too, which was not the case. Look at this. I almost put powder in nothing. All right. You know, the number one rule about reloading. Let me just go back to this. Never be distracted when you're reloading, because you could double charge a case and cause issues, right? What I'm doing is very dangerous. Don't do what I'm doing. Talking, looking at a camera to see comments when they pop up, and doing this, because I'm really distracted. Plus, I'm bullshitting. So Anyway, but I've been doing this for years. Actually, the first cartridge I reloaded was a 38 special, and I reloaded 100 bullets, and I reloaded 100. I can't reload and talk. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I reloaded 100 bullets, and the guy told me to use this data, and I'm thought that seems like an awful little bit amount of powder in there, 3 point whatever grains, right? Well, it turned out I looked at the reloading data incorrectly, and I reloaded 100 bullets that when you pull the trigger, they were what they call squib loads. The bullet would not leave the gun; it would get stuck in the barrel. Shit, right? So I had to buy a hammer. And I'll show it to you. I had to buy this little contraption. It's called a bullet pooler, and I had to take I had to take this guy right here. You put the bullet in here, and then you bang, and what it does is inertia makes the bullet come out. I did that to 100 damn rounds, and I lived in an apartment building at the time because I was, I think I was 20, 22, something like that. And I lived in an apartment building, so my neighbors hated me. Long story short, hated the hell out of me. Wapow! 100 times. Actually, it took more than 100 times because you had to hit it sometimes more than once to get the bullet to come out. So, reloading data. I have a Hornady manual and I have a Lee manual. I love them both. I recommend both the Hornady and the Lee. The Lee has a book at the beginning of it that talks about reloading and the history of like Lee. And I'll be honest with you, that is so good. It's worth buying just to read that story. And I highly recommend it. It's called Modern Reloading, 2nd edition. And I think that's it. By Richard Lee. So what we're doing now is putting the HP 38, which is a pistol powder. And to be honest with you, I think they even have reloading data right here. Check this out. 38 special, charge, 3.7 grains, 158 grain, cast lead bullet, Winchester case, Winchester primer. Has the overall length, 1 inch, 475.475, and a velocity, 834. That's hilarious. 3.7 grains. I don't think that's really accurate, though, to be completely honest. It sounds more like 700, 600 feet per second. But, they call those lawyer loads because they purposely underload them so that if you were to use that, say in a 1910 Smith & Wesson, and you overcharged it, you wouldn't pop your gun, When the next knives video coming? Probably never, bro. I haven't bought any knives to show you. That's what I was talking about earlier in the video. It's like I don't know what to do with the channel. I haven't bought any knives. I can only show you the same thing over and over. It's kind of boring and stupid. So I just kind of was sitting on my ass today, bored out of my mind. Have no damn friends. I mean, I do, but they live everybody lives like 30 minutes away or more away from me. And the side of the town that I live on is kind of a bitch to get to because you have to drive through the ghetto to get to the nice area. And nobody wants to do that. And I don't want to drive through it either. Not at night. And plus, I can't drink. I don't smoke the doobies. So, I don't know. Also, my friends are kind of further than that now. So there's really no parties. They have kids and stuff. And, I don't really know what else to do. So I was sitting here bored, and I'm like, well, I want to reload some ammo, so might as well do it with some people on the internet, right? I keep checking these cases because I keep forgetting I'm getting distracted. You said you like Spyderco. I never had a Spyderco knife that I can think of, but I did buy the Spyderco Sharp Maker. And to be honest with you, I kind of felt like that was a waste of money, to be honest. It was like $70 too. All they are is ceramic sticks that they put in an angle, and the angle does not actually kind of meet the grind of a lot of knives because a lot of knives are ground by hand at bizarre freaking angles, whatever the lady or guy doing it. I always see women doing it. That's why I say woman. So I always have to I don't know. I felt like it was a waste of money. Now, when you get it sharp and you're at that point where it's matching the angles, then yes, it's easy. Done, But other than that, I haven't bought them. Plus, I really don't like spending a lot of money for stuff that's made out of overseas. I don't think everything Spyderco makes is in USA, and I know their prices are pretty high. And it's kind of like I don't want to spend GEC money for something that's made in Taiwan. You know, like I just don't. Um, I don't know. That's just me. I'm not talking shit because I know like Taiwan knives are really nice. My buddy had a K-bar. They call it the Dozer, I think, and that thing took an edge like crazy. Is there any American-made brand in the same price range as Case that makes a good traditional-looking knife? No, there's not. I can't think of a single one that's American-made. I mean, the price range of Case. I don't. I honestly, those sticks are good for maintaining the edge. Indeed, they are. The sticks are good for maintaining, but you have to get that edge first. Is there a American-made company, American-made knife company that is in the same price range as Case that has equal or better quality? Um, 1970s Case knives are nice. Those are GEC and up prices though. Um, Buck makes a good knife, but they're not really like the best quality. Like I don't know how to describe it. Look into Buck, buy one like on Amazon or something where you can return it very easily, you know. And determine if you like that. They're not fancy like a Case knife. They're very, you know, made to be users, but for the money, you know, you can't beat it, really. I really like the Buck 309 champ or companion. I love the 309. I used to carry that exclusively. They're made in the USA, but watch out, some of them are not. So do your research before you spend the money on them. But there's Buck. Besides that, to be honest with you, I don't know. You'll get about the same quality that you will out of Case knife, at least from what I've seen. So we got all our cartridges loaded. What I like to do is look at I like to angle them towards me and make sure that I actually loaded each one of them so I don't have any squib loads, and I also make sure that I did not overcharge them either. Baron Sun, okay, so that's, you brought that up. Baron Sun knives are sort of they're sort of not good. I was looking at Buck first, but most lip joints are USA. Yes, the 309 was good. They made a 301, I think. Uh, Look into Buck knives, the USA line. They're really nice. If I had some, I'd show you. I do. They're upstairs, but I'm not going up there to get them. Actually, I think I made videos. So, but mint aren't. A lot of them aren't. Right. I have some that are not, but there is a line, the 300 series, I think, that are made in USA. That's Buck. Now, as far as Baron Sun, I bought a Barlow at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I was there on vacation, and I went through like four of them and picked out the best one. No, I think I went through like six. But I just remember thinking like, man, these things are pretty junky for like I have to go through so many of them to find a good one, you know? Um, if you just do a little bit of internet research, you'll find out that they're not the highest quality knife. And I'm talking about like fit and finish. They do their job. And for the price, they're not bad. So here's the deal with Baron Sun. They make a very good user. They're not the prettiest knife. They're not the most polished, and they're not the most well fit and finished. But they will open and close, and they'll cut a string. A slip joint knife is not made to cut a tree down. It's made to do little tasks. You know. What the hell? Hey! Quit messing with the door. My cat is pissed off because I'm in the basement talking. She thinks there's company down here or something. And she's like beating up the door. Uh, she's lonely. So, Baron Sun's pretty badass. I mean, let me put it this way. If you want a good user and you can pick one up for like 35, $40, then yeah, I don't know what the good prices are going out. I wouldn't spend more than $40 for one because you can't compare the quality. A Case knife is better fit and finish than a Baron Sun. I think the president of Case actually, the old president used to be the guy. His name is Ken Griffey, all right, like the baseball player, and his name is Ken Griffey. I'm pretty sure that's right, and I believe he used to be the president of Case or somebody high up in Case, and then he bought the factory in Alabama, I think is where they're at, and he made it work. And he hires people as local. I talked to Ken Griffey once because I was going to make a special factory order for all of you awesome people, but it never really went through. It didn't seem like there was a lot of interest in it. We are very picky people, the people who watch my channel. We are GEC quality type people, and you're never going to get that out of them. So I just kind of, I let it go because I didn't want to spend, I forget, $3,000 or $4,000 for a lot of knives. Like I think that would buy me like, I think it was like a run of 100. Okay, and I the whatever the lot of 100 would cost, and like I would ship them out. But I was afraid that people would be like, "This is a piece of shit," and send it back, and I didn't want to deal with all that. All right, so this fancy die seats the bullet, and it also crimps it. It does what they call a taper crimp, and that basically just kind of rolls it up like this. Well, it rolls it up like, because remember it's bell shaped so that the bullet will fall into it. So it's like this. It's kind of flared out. So when you taper crimp it, it's going to go whoop and kind of squeeze itself into the bullet slightly. All right. I like Zippos. They're made. See, Case and Zippo. Zippo owns Case, and Zippo quality. I noticed it. Like I have a 2004 Zippo, and I noticed that it seems heavier than my 2020 Zippo. I think is what I have. I got one for Christmas last year. It might be 2019. I don't remember. Just seems like it's a little lighter. Ha 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 ha. So anyway, what I do here is I like putting the little heads on the guys because it looks cool. Yeah, I'm sorry about the not having a knife subject. You know, that pun took me a second. Good one. Yeah, I pulled that one out of my ass. So I didn't expect it either. It surprised me. So yeah, I don't have much. I don't have much knife content to talk about. I was sort of burnt out on it too. I had to sell a lot of my damn knives so that I can afford to do shit in my life because, like I said, pretty much the last year and a half has been absolute kind of not shit. It's had its ups, but it had a lot of downs, and I'm kind of just freaking over it, man. I'm just burnt out, pretty much tired of this whole thing, and I've been affected by it in positive and negative ways. But the knife thing is, like I said, I gave up selling stuff. People were returning so much product. Well, they were returning the Case knives, and nobody else seemed to be really interested. Ottermessers was a really awesome knife. I didn't sell those like I did Case. Case was bread and butter. I kind of started losing money on that. My distributor freaking hated me because I would return them because they were junk. You know, it's just kind of, that's the thing, you know, it just sucks. And so, like, I haven't made a video since the last one, which I don't even remember what the last one was about. And it doesn't matter. But, yeah, like I said, I haven't really made anything. And I use this one here. And it's got 30 brass-headed bullets that I got to put in here now. So, man, if you guys been following Chris Chandler, that's some shit, let me tell you. I could talk to you guys all night. I got stories. I got nobody to tell these stories to. Listen, I work with this guy. He's watching right now. I work with this dude. Not many people know who I am, and I like to keep it that way. That's why I try to keep my face off the video as much as possible. But I talk to this dude at work. I probably blow his fucking eardrums out. That's how much I talk to him. Because, you know, after work, I'm just sitting here doing nothing. But anyway, that's why I ought to make more videos so I could bullshit to you guys. But if you guys know who Chris Chan is, holy crap. Look that awful shit up. So that's a completed bullet. You see how it kind of tapered the thing up? Now, what I like to do is play with guns. I'd like to take my Smith & Wesson Model 19 out. Here you go. And I like to make sure that they fit in the chamber. They drop in easy. Oh, you couldn't see that. So they drop in easy. Brewing beer is a good hobby too. The problem is I can't drink. I can't. Sorry. I fucking wish I could. So what I do after I crimp them is I make sure that they drop freely into the into the cylinder. That's how I know that I did a good job, because it drops free into the cylinder, which means it will load and extract quite easily. Smith & Wesson Model 19. Freaking love this thing. I shoot hand cannon loads out of this and it takes it. The only thing I don't like about it is it has the Hillary hole. The Hillary hole, the key lock. Oh my God, it's a horrible thing. But let me tell you this. If you know anything about the old Model 19s that were made back in the, 70s and later, they used to cut the upper portion of this top strap up here. And the lug used to be cut slightly thinner in here, the barrel, and it would shoot itself to pieces. You couldn't shoot the 125 grain out of them because it would really mess with these things, okay? You could wear them out prematurely, especially with the 125 grains. They redesigned this so it's stronger than the original. So it's kind of a trade-off. Yes, you get the Hillary hole, but you got a stronger gun that has the same strength as an N-frame, which is the full-size, Model 27, I think it is, the original Magnum, the Combat Magnum or whatever they used to call it, Masterpiece Magnum or whatever. 110 grain Magnums were more problematic, probably, because them things are whiz booms, like crazy wild fireballs, dude. That's what I make this 125 grains. I shoot them out of this, the whole freaking range stops. They're like, what the fuck was that? Like, it shoots a fireball like freaking a foot out of there. It's insane. H110 is an amazing powder. It's a spectacle to see. So, but yeah, they redesigned this. The old ones used to push this in and it would have like a thing up here, like a locking. This one actually has a ball and detent here. So it's just overall stronger design. It's a trade-off. You don't get the amazing bluing of the old ones. You don't get the you have the Hillary hole, which really kind of sucks. It's ugly for the most part, and but you get a stronger gun with a better action, easily tuned, and it's got a damn warranty, And you also know somebody didn't beat the hell out of it. So let's run these guys home, and then I guess we'll end this video. We're going over an hour, For you guys sticking with me, you're some troopers. Holy crap, I wouldn't stick with me this long. Hell, nobody does. So, let's see. This is an amazing press, guys. If you're looking for a press, don't get them. Okay, look, I don't want to make anybody mad by saying don't buy RCBS. But here's the thing. An RCBS press, the green ones, they have a really big following. And I almost got one of those. But I've always bought Lee products, and I've always heard people say Lee sucks or they're not as good. I've never had a problem with Lee. The world records have been, world record target shooters have made their ammo using Lee presses and Lee components, like the dies and stuff. Not components, that would be hardware. But crack the forcing cone on a K-frame barrel, has a flat to let the crane swing in. Yes, the new ones have no flat part of the barrel. They're all the way around. Also, I forgot to mention the barrels are sleeved, which some people don't like, but I see the benefit in it. And they're made of stainless steel. And you're probably like, well, that one was blued. Remember, it's sleeved. The barrel is stainless steel. It's a carbon steel sleeve on the outside. Dude, I'm telling you, it's accurate. It's newfangled technology, but it's pretty cool. All right, so I forgot what I was talking about before that. I get so off track. It's very easily done. But yeah, reloading these guys up, and I'll have me some 38s for the range. These are kind of spicy 38s. These are spicy ones, okay? They're between 4.7 grains. What the hell's going on with the lights? We're under alien invasion. You see this? Oh man. That's next. Aliens. Trust me. You heard it here first, people. Extraterrestrials. I'm gonna shit, dude, if an alien pops behind me. But anyway, Oh, the RCBS stuff. That's what I was talking about. So this is Lee, okay? And what the hell with the lights? So RCBS, very high quality stuff. But here's the thing: the price was like double this press right here. And I found out that they're actually casted in Mexico and finished in America. And I'm thinking, why would I spend more money for something that's half built in another country, paying people less money to do the labor, when I could buy something that's completely made in this country, paying appropriate wages? And that's why I always kind of stick with Lee, because they're American made. And, some things might not be great. Um, but I've never had a problem with any of their products. I've seen bad reviews for these guys, these Auto Primes. I love them. I never had a problem with them. They have a slight learning curve to it, but that's it. Bruce Sees All Channels has lots of aliens. Bruce Sees All Channel has lots of aliens. Listen, man, I ain't messing with no aliens. I don't know who Bruce is, but that scares the hell out of me. I seen the UFO once. I ain't joking. I ought to show. I ought to upload the video. I had a buddy of mine upload he transferred the cassette tape that I recorded the damn thing. Don't get excited. It's just a ball of light, and I was a kid back in the 90s when I recorded it. But he took the cassette tape, is that what they're called? VHS tape, and he put it on a DVD for me. So I might upload it just for shits and giggles. But then I'll probably get a knock on the door by the Men in Black, and then I don't know how the hell that's all going to play out. So I don't know. I'll think about it, guys. It's kind of nice to be back on the Slip Joint Guy, though. Did you guys miss me? Probably not. There's only 8 of you. But it is also, what is it, past midnight? I don't know. My phone is my clock, and my phone is my streaming device right now, so I don't know what time it is. But if it's past midnight, then it's Saturday Night Live. Hell yeah, I always buy USA made. Yes. Yes, it's 12:35. All right, so guys, 12:35. It's officially Saturday Night Special. This is that Saturday Night Special, okay? 38 special, Saturday Night Special. Enjoy the show. It's going to come to an end soon, because once I get through these bullets. But yeah, it's nice to kind of be back on doing the live thing. Not live, but just making a video and seeing you guys. Well, I don't see you. You guys don't see me either. Like, talking hand videos is what I make. But for the most part, it's kind of cool to be back on here. Like I said, it's not a lot of knife content. Maybe I'll do some more gun stuff or something. Keep looking for content. I was surprised to see the reloading. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. I really don't. I don't know what else to do. I probably will never be up there with like Hickok or Iraqi Veteran 8888 or Military Arms Channel. Guarantee you I'm not going to be up there, but I'm not even going to try. You can't compete with those dudes. But I figured, I was talking to a friend before this live thing, and he was like telling me, like, well, people who like knives like guns. I'm like, yes, I've met some that don't. But I guess you guys, it is sort of relatable for them, some of it, when you get into the gun thing, you kind of get into the political thing. It's sort of polarizing, and I'm just kind of like, whatever, because I wasn't using the channel anyway. It's been months since I've made a video, and I'm just like, you know what? It might be polarizing. I could lose viewers or followers and stuff, but it's better than losing the whole channel by not doing anything at all. Uncle Jim on here. Lots of reloading and shooting and good live chats. Uncle Jim. That's my name. Except I'm not nobody. Actually, I am an uncle. I just realized that. I have a brother that I met once in my life. I have a nephew that I met twice. That's weird, ain't it? The nephew is actually closer to my age than my brother is. I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, I guarantee you. Shithead was born in like the 70s or something, and I was born in the 80s. My nephew was born like in the late 80s, I think, or maybe like 1990 or something. But like I said, I don't even know their names. Welcome to my family, right? But there's another guy called Fortune Cookie 45 or something like that. He makes a lot of good reloading videos. I've seen him do some stuff. Fortune Cookie 45, I think is what his name was. Yeah, look at these guys, man. These are going to be some good shooters, I'm telling you. They're spicy. They got up to 5 grains. That's as high as I let it go. 4.8 to 5. We're technically at plus P ratings, but to be honest with you, I don't think we are. I think we're at traditional 38 ratings. That's what I think. But I blew up a gun once. Not bullshitting you. I bought a gun off of a friend of mine, and I was learning how to reload at the time, and I thought to myself, hey, if this much powder is good, I heard you can never blow up a Ruger GP 100. That's what I've always heard. I'm sure you've heard it too. And yeah, you can blow one up. So don't do that. Follow the data, and if look for signs of overpressure by flattened caps and stuff like that. And that's when you start getting to dangerous territories. Remember, they developed the 357 Magnum in a gun originally designed for a 38. They developed the 44 Magnum in a gun originally designed for, I think, a 45 Long Colt, or maybe it was a 44 Special. Either way, what was his name? That he wrote a book about it, and I bought the book and read half of it, and I lost interest. What was his name? Keith something? I forget. But there's a book about it. Maybe I'll talk about it sometime. Look at that. We're almost done, guys. Elmer Keith, that's it. You're a winner, dude. You are the winner. Elmer Keith, yeah, he wrote a book developing it. With case knives, are the CV blades better than True Sharp? That's a very much an opinion. That's a very good question. Is CV better than stainless, basically? To be honest with you, their stainless is really good. And the only stainless steel knives that I think are as good would be, and I'm talking about basic stainless, would be like Victorinox, okay? And when you're looking at Victorinox knives, you don't see any complaints of those. They're always good, easy to sharpen. I find that True Sharp steel is easy to sharpen with the right tools. Like one of those diamond sharpeners is what I use to get the edge, and then I go over it with the tan, or the gray and the white Spyderco stone, ceramic stones. I can get them hair popping sharp. You know, I said that weird. Ignore that. I can get them hair popping sharp. And now here's the thing, though. I like the stainless because it doesn't rust. I don't care for rust. I don't really care for patina. I just don't. That's just me. Okay. If you like the patina look, get you some CV. CV takes an edge slightly easier, and it keeps the edge a little bit longer. CV, in my opinion, is a pretty damn good steel. In my opinion, it's probably better than the True Sharp, but I don't think it is so much better that if you have a case makes some knives with CV and some knives without. If you can't get it without CV and you have to get it in stainless, don't worry about that. They're very close. They're very close, and they are decent. Okay, now, so my opinion, get whichever one you like. Okay, that's what I would do. I don't seek out True Sharp knives, but to me it's a bonus when you can get them that way. The Work Sharp does a decent job fast. Is that what you asked, Work Sharp? I'm now confused. I have a Work Sharp. I hate it. I ruined so many knives with that thing. I actually turned my Work Sharp into basically a bench grinder. I used it to shape leather because I would make holsters at one point in my life, and I would sandwich you would glue and then stitch, and you would have like edges that are like this, and then so I would use the True Sharp to true the edge so that they were not True Sharp, but the Work Sharp. I would make them flat, basically using it as like a belt sander, which it is. At least the one I have is. I did not like it. I ruined so many blades. My blade would be straight, and it would do this. Let's see how it would go like that. It was bad. There's a learning curve to everything, and I never learned that one. So we're almost done, guys. Yeah, I haven't used my Work Sharp for years. I actually got it for Christmas. I ruined a couple blades, and that was kind of it. Ah, man. But yeah, like I said, it's kind of nice to make another video. Maybe I'll make some other stuff, to be honest, because like I said, I don't really want to waste the channel. I know it's knife related, and maybe I can get back into the whole knife thing. It's just honestly, I don't want to just keep repeating myself over and over. I kind of like this, just sitting here doing whatever I'm doing and bullshitting. Polishing belt keeps my serrated blade sharp on the Leatherman. Yeah, the I think that's like what the red belt or something, if I remember, or the green one. I can't remember, but that one's pretty nice because you're right. It kind of polishes more than it takes away. But I ruined two knives with that damn thing, and I just retired it from that point. I was like, I can't use it. Also, I noticed on slip joint knives, the tangs are pretty thick, and you can't really get up to the tang unless you take the guard off. And then if you take the guard off, you might as well just throw the knife in the trash if I'm using it because I'll screw it up. Look at that, guys. We got 30, 38 specials on Saturday Night Special. Wow. So exciting. There's 6 of you. Maybe someday there'll be like 100 live people. Maybe I'll do it at a more decent hour, you know? So this is my little range thing. You should have done 38 38s. I don't know what that means, Angry Monkey Games. You should have done 38. Oh, 38, 30. I should have made 38 bullets. Oh, well, you know what? If my box of primers had 38 in them, that would have been it. But they only had 30 in it, so I didn't want to waste primers because, yeah. So I'm going to put each one of these in here and go to the range. My mom bought a... She retired, by the way, which is congratulations to her. I doubt she'll watch this video all the way through. We're at 81 minutes. But she retired about maybe not even a month ago. And she bought a Bond Arms Derringer 357 Magnum. And she's kind of excited. See, she has this arthritis in her hands that prevent her from working the slide of a firearm. And she's always looking for something that is easy for her to load and reload. Basically, a revolver would be good, but they're kind of big and you can't conceal carry something like that. So she wants to go to the range and shoot, so I made her some mouse farts. So, because I honestly think the gun's going to rock her hand and she's not going to like it. That's what I honestly think. But she's already bought the gun, you can't return it. So I figured, hey, I reload. So if I make some mouse farts, which if you're new to the video, mouse fart is like, imagine how loud a mouse fart, right? It's very quiet. Where if you shoot a 38, it's very loud. Boom, right? So you're comparing a boom to a poof, and that would be a mouse fart. So I reloaded her some mouse farts, and so at least she can enjoy shooting the gun without having her hand hurt. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching Reloading Time. The Saturday Night Special edition of Slip Joint Guy. I don't know what else to do with the channel. I might kind of do this. I might just start reloading bullets and just bullshit and telling you about life and stuff. Who knows? We could talk about knives. I mean, I happen to know a lot about them apparently, but used to be in the whole business of it. Well, not in the business as deep as other people have, but deep enough to be dangerous, I guess, with it. Yeah, that's it. Love that press, guys. Love it. Seriously. I think this was like 120 bucks. And this is a top of the line Cadillac of all presses. The RCBS ones are like 300 bucks or 250 or something like that. So, but yeah, just experiment with different things on the channel and see what you enjoy and what your viewers enjoy too. Yeah, that's kind of might be what I'll do. My cat is crying. Cat videos, you're right, I could. It's funny, I just said that. My cat is crying up there. She's like upset. She thinks I'm talking to somebody. She wants to be like, what's going on down here? Gosh, she's so noisy. You know what I ought to do? We're done down here. I guess to end the video, I could always walk upstairs and have you guys listen to her whining through the door, if she'll do it. Alright. But yeah, that's it, guys. Pretty much it. You can check out my hand. Can I flip this camera? I bet you I can. There we go. So there's my scar. Check that ugly thing out. That's my scar. So, all right. There's my reloading. You can see my underwear. Turn off the lights. I'm trying to cover up my house so you don't see it. But yeah, that's my scar. Let's see. Walk up the stairs. Listen. What are you doing? Meow. She's such a crybaby. You're such a crybaby. All right, guys. It's been fun. This is one of her toys. She kicked it under the door. Oh, well, hi. I know. I've been down there for over an hour. I know. You okay? All right, then. Well, I'll see you guys. Have a good weekend. I don't really remember how you end these live videos. Okay, chill. All right. I really don't know how you end these live videos. I always forget. All right, guys. Yeah, have a good night. Good Saturday night.